Hey internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the John Graves Show. God Eater episodes, I believe that the last ones were 6 and 7. And pretty much I can sum both of these episodes up like pretty fucking simply. Is that episode 7, you get Alyssa's backstory as to why she does what she does. And why she doesn't necessarily like that black Bajra, of course. And also, she seems to have slowly started to calm down a little bit, and she's not in her like destructive-esque like mindset anymore. And it's pretty much boiled down to them to the main plot of this of episode 6 of Linka and Alyssa go and try and find her God Arc. And as soon as they find it, she breaks down because she can't necessarily handle being around Bajras anymore, or excuse me, in this case, origamis anymore. And in the flashback portion of this episode is that most of the doctors that they found out about his Aisha, she found out about the Paler and the Shohanes what was it? She found out that Johans, that pretty much he altered Paler's document to the government. And pretty much she did sort of ask him about it, and he said he was sorry and whatnot. And then, of course, then she said he wasn't wrong. Cutting into the episode 7, however, is the fact that Lindo is now taking Alyssa and also Linka on to this other spot where he was taking the people out there who were actually rejected from their main base, and pretty much he has them out there being protected by these origami trees. And honestly, it seems like it's a pretty cool setup in terms of trying to help them get extra food, using them for farm sources, and also that everybody out there, or at least like some of the God Arcs, or at least God Eaters, in this case, they do have to travel out there every now and again and take down some of the bigger ones, because most of the bigger origami, they are very fucking dangerous. And also, and honestly, I do find it crazy that like most of these origamis, like that they come in very different forms that they eat other origami, which is actually pretty cool how they use them. It's a very cool message which is spread out through episode 7, which is why do we hate origami, or why do we kill them? And if anything, right now, it seems as more as that like Lindo is just sort of saying it like in a term of nature. It's something which just evolved, and we just use them to pretty much like survive, essentially. And it seems though that Linka has sort of gotten to this point to where like he's like, I hate all origami. But then Lindo goes on to say that these trees are also origami that eat others, and so is your weapon. The God Arc in which that you use is also an origami, and that's the only real way to actually fight these things. We need these to survive, And of course, Linka, he does sort of get it at the end of the episode, and it's actually really crazy too, because Linka tells him, or at least like Lindo tells Linka to not give up upon his God Arc, because pretty much it's something in which that won't ever let him down. And it was pretty badass how he and those other people, how they took down that gigantic steel origami and pushed it through the dam. Now that shit was amazing. Problem is though, is that Alyssa's still sort of down now because technically she can't fight. Her mind isn't in the right place. And honestly, it sort of puts into context as to why she was taking those specific drugs she was taking. If anything, I would say that those things that they seem to be like emotional inhibitors, and meaning that like if she eats them, it keeps her mind calm and keeps her battle ready. But that is what I gotta say about that. I don't really know too much more about that because this ends there. But please tell me what you think about this down there in the comment section. Catch you guys on the next John Graves Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.